Let me go check it in after.
Oh!
Oh shit, what the freak was that, bro? Did you hear that?
Whew.
Is there somebody out here with me?
Oh my god! Holy shit. Hey, hey. Go, go, go.
These real Appalachian encounters will shatter your nerves. Prepare to witness a lone investigator touched by an unseen entity and strange orbs floating over burial mounds. Can you handle the truth? On May 12, 2025, paranormal investigator Dawson Toller went alone to Elkmont, an abandoned town in the Smoky Mountains near Gatlinburg, Tennessee. He wanted to see if the old ghost stories were true. Only about 17 to 19 old houses remained, and the empty town carried a quiet, unsettling feeling. During the day,
we were in Elkmont, and we were heading to the first cabin. It is just an entire town, completely empty. I'm super creeped out.
Dawson explored the old houses and learned about Elkmount's sad past, including a deadly train crash in 1909, the removal of the railroad tracks in 1925, and Uncle Lem, a mountain man whose home was quickly torn down after he died in 1984. But the real fear began after dark.
We're going to try to talk to some ghosts. In the year 1909, the town experienced a great loss with a deadly train crash killing multiple people due to the train plummeting down the mountain and crashing into a nearby river. This accident drove in a lot of tourism, leading to a luxurious hotel construction project in 1912. This was the infamous Wonderland Hotel. Due to the popularity of the area, some of the wealthy tourists began buying land to build vacation homes. Little River Lumber Company decided to pull the plug. It was decided to not inform any of the citizens of the town that it was relocating its operation and ask questions and see if there is anybody. One of the most colorful characters in Elkmont was none other than Uncle Lem Ownby. He lived to be 94 years old. Uncle Lem was a true mountain man and loved to enrage the government and tourists with his antics. When he died, he was the last original settler in the area.
Dawson returned alone and started in house number 5, one of the oldest buildings. He set up a voice recorder, a spirit box, and a REM pod, hoping to get a response.
Here we are, guys. We're in Elkmont, and we're heading to the first cabin. I'm super creeped out. It is just an entire town, completely empty. And the first spot that we're gonna go to is gonna be number 7. 7 and 5 are some of the oldest ones here. So I figured we would start out at one of the oldest ones. There is a freaky ass vibe. And I don't know if that's just because it's dark out and I'm alone, or if it's because there's ghosts, but I'm ready to find out. Here's 5. Let's go into 5.
At first he thought he saw movement, but later realized it was only a bug. Still, the uneasy feeling stayed.
I don't know if that was a trick of the light, but I'm not kidding. I swear I saw something. Let's go over here and see what we got going. This just leads back. Okay, so perfect. We have the REM pod set up. Super sketchy, guys. I mean, let me tell you, like, I'm allowed to be here, but it's scary at the same time because, like, if a real person comes, that's probably going to be more scarier than if a ghost comes. People probably don't come and ask you guys very many questions, but I have a device right there on your fireplace, and if you walk up to it, it just lights up blue. So if you would like to do that, it'd be very much appreciated. And if there's anybody with me, because guys, I've been speaking to some people and there's been a feeling that I've been feeling.
Then he heard loud noises outside, like branches breaking. Being alone in the deep woods, he began worrying about bears, other people, or something else hiding nearby.
I heard 2 noises. I highly doubt you guys will hear them, but they came from outside. And we are in the middle of the woods, enough to not stay in the same place for a long enough time because it didn't come from inside here. So let's go ahead and move on to another spot We're gonna walk down this way, closer to where my car is. Another thing we have to worry about, genuinely, are bears. I don't want to speak it into existence, but it's definitely a possibility.
Inside another house, he heard a scraping sound, and then a bat flapping its wings. His voice recorder also had an old 52-second recording on it, even though he thought everything had been deleted.
We're gonna walk into this one, because this is the one I just heard a scrape. Anyways, this is the one that I felt like was familiar. I guess we should go into it, because why would I get that feeling? I did watch another YouTuber come here. Maybe, oh shit, that was a bat. Why do I keep going to places with bats? This is like the 20th place that I've been to with bats. Hopefully it won't come in here though. Hopefully it just flew out. Seconds. This was empty.
What's the name of the person who used to live?
Later, when he asked if anyone had lived there, he thought he heard a faint yes.
Ms. Dawson, could you tell me your name? Did you used to live here in this house? Let's run this recording.
As the night went on, more sounds came from outside, and Dawson became more shaken.
I heard what sounded like a stick breaking, and we are in the woods, but I'm getting really freaking freaked out. The REM pod, we're gonna run another EVP, and we'll go from there, but we're in the Appalachian Mountains, dealing with Appalachian beliefs and Appalachian stories, so it's freaky, it's scary up here.
In the last house, even a cockroach startled him. He wanted one final sign, but as he left Elkmont, the silence remained. Maybe it was animals.
Here, I think I might be heading out of here in just a second. So if you could show me one last sign, I will gladly leave you be and leave your home if that's what you like. I don't feel anybody needs to be anybody's entertainment or, anything like that. I genuinely just like to talk to you guys. I'm not trying to exploit you. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable by being inside your home. It's lovely. I'm sure it was even lovelier back in the day. And you know that I'm just here to talk to you, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Old buildings shifting, or the history of the place making every sound feel heavier. What do you think Dawson encountered in those abandoned houses? This may be one of the earliest videos of the Russian Bigfoot filmed in 1999 by Yevgeny Lomakin in Siberia. He went on a peaceful hike and filmed the riverbanks. But when he later reviewed the footage, he noticed something terrifying in the frame.
Эти сенсационные кадры демонстрируются впервые. Полностью покрытое мехом тело, вытянутая, как бы изломанная фигура, странная нечеловеческая походка. Невероятное существо.
The figure did not look human. Its body appeared long, hairy, and strangely twisted, moving in an unnatural way. Yevgeny believed it could have been the Almasty, often called the Russian Bigfoot.
Случайно попало в кадр. Евгений Ломакин во время похода в Саянах снимал берега реки. Он уверен, что это снежный человек.
Far from the Appalachian Mountains, Siberia in Russia brings a similar sense of unease for hikers and campers through its old mysterious legends. The region is known for stories of the Almasty, a creature often compared to Bigfoot described as a strange figure moving through the forest. Around the same time, hunters near Salakard in far northern Russia found huge footprints in the snow. The tracks were much larger than a human foot pressed deep into the ground and followed a strange path before turning back toward the woods.
Человеческих, а длина шага составляет почти 2 метра.
Вот, получается человеческая нога, и сами посмотрите, какой размер тут ноги. Вот так вот тропа идет вот. Видать, он дошел такой вот, развернулся и пошел обратно. И это, значит, возле города ходит.
Удивительно, что избегающий встреч с людьми снежный человек...
But the footage still leaves one question open. Did Yevgeny record an animal a mistake of perspective, or something harder to explain? On August 27, 2024, the YouTube channel Exploring with Bear uploaded a video from the Appalachian Mountains Trail. They had gone into the mountains to camp surrounded by thick trees. It was past midnight and they were far away from their RV when one of them suggested trying Bigfoot calls and tree knocks. At first it seemed harmless, but those small actions quickly turned the night into something they would never forget.
Oh shit, what the freak was that, bro? Did you hear that?
Whew. What was that?
Oh, I don't know. It's something in that tree. I don't know what
That
it was.
scared the crap
I
out
guess
of
it
me.
could have been a bird or something.
Could it be an angry coon?
It could have been an owl. Oh shit. What the freak is that, bro?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
It sounds angry, whatever it
It
is.
did sound angry. Yeah, that keeps going back, bro. Look how far. That goes back pretty far.
Goes this way too, I think. Wow. Bigfoot, my... Oh, look it down in there. Oh my goodness.
As they stood near a dark trail, a loud growl suddenly broke the silence. It did not sound normal. It felt deep, heavy, and close enough to make one of them freeze. Doug tried to explain it away, saying it could have been an owl, but the sound felt too strange. It seemed like something was watching them from the darkness. Then a heavy thud echoed nearby.
That was a big... That was like something was... It sounded like, something was just thrown.
Huh?
What if we did the knocks and stuff? What if we did chum in Bigfoot, my boy?
It sounded like footsteps. When you're looking up into the woods, bro, you know? You think you see something and then it's just a tree.
Isn't it like usually one of the last...
Bro.
I know you... Holy smokes, man. What the heck? It was like a...
I saw something go flying through there, dude.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if I...
Man, I hope that sound... I hope they could hear that. That sucks.
Something large had been thrown close to them, and one of them saw it fly through the air before crashing into the bushes. When they aimed their lights, the batteries began flickering, making the moment feel even more unsettling. Suddenly, a rock flew toward them and landed dangerously close. They did not wait. They ran blindly through the woods, hearing heavy footsteps behind them.
Man, I can't believe we're about to go towards that noise. That's crazy.
We just heard something down there on the creek bed.
That was pretty loud, too.
I swear I saw something go flying, and then it hit the bushes. But we're going to keep going down. We're going to go about 200 more feet.
Oh, man. Ooh, there's briars right there. Watch out. Man, that was really big, though, man. That was really big.
Whatever it was loud and big.
A dead tree part?
I mean, it's possible it could have been a tree branch falling.
You know what's
But what are
crazy?
the odds of that like happening? But it looked like it went like from right to left across the creek bed. That would not have been like a tree, like branch falling. I don't think, you know.
This is... Oh, man, I just heard something fall through there. Hey. Go. Was that a rock? What was that? Ow, my face! Damn it! Go, man, don't stop. Man, if something's throwing something. Look, go. Look, I know, don't make it too bright. So don't make the light too bright. So we ran for a minute, and man, it was so hard to see. I was dropping stuff. I dropped the camera. I hope it's okay. So we went total lights out and just sat here in the dark, and
When they reached the creek bed, another object crashed nearby. One of them tripped but kept going, and they finally saw the faint lights of the RV. Once inside, they slammed the door shut and sat in silence, trying to understand what had happened.
grab my light. Turn your light on. Turn your light on. It's right behind us. Go. Don't stop.
Turn the cameras up. Get the cameras away. Put them up.
Later, back at the fire, they both admitted something had been out there. In dense woods, sound can travel strangely, and a falling branch or animal can seem much bigger at night. But with the thrown objects and footsteps behind them, what do you think followed them back toward the RV? The man behind Midwest Ghost Hunter had explored many haunted locations before, but this one felt different. On October 25, 2023, he went alone into a remote part of the Appalachian Trail, where forgotten Native American burial mounds rested deep inside the forest.
Said, welcome to another ghost hunting video. Not many houses near here. Some happens to be out here. I don't think anyone's going to hear my screams. Seems like primarily there's Native American spirits out here, and I'm going to be trying to work my way around that.
Locals had spoken about strange lights, phantom drums, and a large ghostly wolf said to guard the sacred land. Even with those warnings, curiosity pulled him deeper. As he began the journey, the weather suddenly changed. A strong burst of wind moved through the trees, bending them as if something huge had passed above. Dark clouds covered the sky, then just as quickly everything stopped. The silence returned, but it no longer felt peaceful. It felt like the forest had noticed him.
You know, there wasn't really supposed to be a storm, but if you look, and the wind is starting to pick up, and I'm starting to feel raindrops. Oh man, I hope it doesn't rain too hard. It wasn't supposed to, but I'll have to recheck the forecast. Just brief enough to energize this place. Crazy activity will happen. It's kind of weird. It's almost like a bad...
When he reached the first burial mound, he placed his K2 meter on the ground and began searching for signs. The lights started blinking. Then they blinked again. He felt as if something unseen had become aware of him. The responses seemed purposeful, like something was trying to communicate, but the energy did not feel human.
All right, the storm has passed. It should be a clear night from here on out. In the air right now. Right when you walk in, there's the first mound. Hello, is anybody here? My name is Ian, and I'm just a visitor looking to communicate with anyone that's here. I hear that there's spirits out here. If you're spirits here, I'd love to see you. This is a K2 meter. This measures electromagnetic fields, and spirits are said to be energy. I'm going to place this down right about here. Are you touching that green light? Are you buried in this mound? How many spirits are here? Is it over 5? Is it less than 5?
He tried asking more difficult questions, but the responses became uneven and chaotic. The lights flashed in strange patterns. It seemed like whoever or whatever was there did not fully understand him. The presence felt old, distant, and disconnected from his world.
This thing is just going nuts. It's hard to tell if this thing's actually like responding or if it's just going off at random. Do you speak English? I wish I knew some phrases off the top of my head. There's no information about these mounds at all. About who they are or... Man, walking through these woods, I feel like anything could just pop out at me right now. Bears, Bigfoot, ghosts, anything. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I thought I heard something behind me. Who's over there? I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid.
Then a rustle broke the quiet, followed by a sound moving through the trees. It was not wind, and it did not sound like an animal. It sounded almost like speech, but the language felt unfamiliar and far away. The deeper he walked, the closer the sounds seemed to get.
I don't know if I should try this, but I'm going to try walking backwards because I want to see what's coming up behind me. Honestly, I don't even like walking backwards because I don't know what's ahead of me. Is there somebody out here with me? Oh my God! Holy shit! That scared me so bad. From thin air. It was as if somebody was standing like right there. My name is Ian.
Another voice came next, this time close to his ear. He spun around, but no one was there. The air felt charged like the moment before lightning. The forest, once still, now seemed aware of every step he took. Then he felt something press against his shoulder. It was not a breeze or a branch. It felt firm and deliberate, as if something had reached out to stop him from going farther.
You might not even understand me, that's the thing. Oh, man. Are you a Dakota? Ojibwe? I'm getting really chilled over here. I'm gonna walk up a little closer. I'm coming towards you. I mean you no harm. Oh my God! Holy... Oh my God, something just grabbed my shoulder. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react that way. You just... scared me.
He kept trying to document the mound, but the activity had changed. Along with a female voice captured on his device, his camera also picked up strange glowing shapes in the air. At one point, an orb drifted across the screen and disappeared.
Oh my God, I'm hearing all kinds of things over here. It sounds like voices, but they're so faint. I'll try to take a few pictures. I'm getting a lot of orbs. Whoa, guys, I'm getting a lot of weird ones. Holy crap. Oh, dude, one just crossed over the screen. That was so cool. This place has got a lot of spiritual energy. Like, I could just feel it walking through here.
After walking farther, he reached a river and the sounds returned. Faint whispers and layered voices seemed to overlap around him, almost like a language lost to time. The air grew colder and shivers ran down his spine. Then came the sound that made him freeze.
This leads down to the riverbank. You know, there's theories out there that running water, because of these theories, areas near rivers and whatnot tend to be pretty active in the environment. Now, whether or not these theories are true, I don't know for sure. Kind of theories like stone tape theory and all that stuff. I think the paranormal is pretty mysterious. Okay, I keep hearing like animals out here moving about. I think they're getting spooked by me. Anybody down here? Barely see 10 feet ahead of me. Okay, that sounded like a coyote, a dog, or God forbid, a wolf. Holy sh!
A deep howl echoed through the forest. It did not sound like a coyote or a wolf. It felt darker, almost like the same guardian sound locals had described near the burial mounds. The howl echoed too perfectly to feel natural.
What the f was that? Dude, that was crazy. It was like a tribal drum, like in a ritual or something. Hello? It was coming from the woods. It was coming from this area. Dude, that is so crazy. Like, that legit sounded like a drum being hit. Am I wrong? Like...
Then a second sound came louder and harsher than the first. It came from beyond the trees, but it felt like it passed straight through him. After that, everything went still.
Oh, God. Going back in the woods and crap. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Oh, my... It's another mound! And this is where that was coming from. I would have never found this if it wasn't for that sound. I mean, like, what are the odds that that sound would lead me to a mound? Look how long that goes. It goes all the way to that tree right there. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you.
He checked the area around him and saw a single pulse of light, then nothing. He wondered if his mind was playing tricks on him, or if something had moved right in front of him. As he walked away from the site, the weight of the experience stayed with him. Something had been there. Something old, and maybe it had followed him back.
I saw that. Holy. Alright guys, on my way to the last mound. Let's see if anything else happens. There she is. It's weird, it smells like incense almost over here. I don't know, it's like different, I can't pinpoint it. Oh, it almost burns my lung. Are you smoking something over here?
On his way back from the burial mounds, he froze again. A glowing face appeared out of nowhere, hovering in the dark and staring at him. It looked like a Native American man, silent and watching. Then it vanished. He spoke into the night, but nothing answered. Still deep down, he felt they were still there.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that. Dude, his face just appeared right there. I thought it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's one thing to see a light, a mist. It looked like a man, too. It looked like a Native American man. Could you appear like that again? All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. Wow, what a fantastic location this turned out to be. In danger at any point. I mean, the wolf howling was a little...
Maybe the sounds came from animals' whined or echoes moving through the forest. But the timing of the voices, the shoulder touch, and the glowing face made the night feel hard to explain. And if he still hears distant drums late at night, what do you think followed him out of those woods? Have you ever heard a voice in the woods only to realize no one near you had spoken? That is what happened in this case. On September 17th, 2024, Daryl and Matt from the YouTube channel, Lost Places and Legends, went deep into the Appalachian Mountains to explore the haunted Whispering Woods. They entered the dense and eerie silence, hoping to find out if the rumors about the area were true.
Whispering Woods.
There is a witch of the woods, I guess you would say.
Something freaky like that.
People say that they hear a woman whispering to them. The deeper in the woods you go, the louder the whispers get.
The louder the whispers get, confuses you. You don't know which way to go.
And the fact that I'm not getting off this road.
Right.
Although you can hardly tell it's a road. I sure hope it clears out down here a little bit.
The farther they walked, the more it felt like the woods were paying attention. Daryl believed he heard Matt's voice carried through the still air as a whisper, but Matt had not said anything. The heavy silence around them was broken only by rustling leaves and their nervous breathing.
Well, now here's something. Man. And it just keeps going.
Does it level out ever?
I don't know. I didn't feel like we were up on top of no mountain.
No, it didn't.
It is quiet down here, though.
That's a big game trail right there.
You think?
See it?
Soon they came across a hidden hiker's shelter, a grim sign that others had gone this deep before them. Farther along the trail, the sound of a hidden creek running below the path made the place feel even more unsettling. They could sense that something felt wrong, but they kept moving deeper while the woods seemed to breathe around them.
Spiders.
This trail ain't no joke right here.
Well, I'm telling you. Yeah, there's the water down there.
Then the whispers began. At first they were faint, almost like dry leaves shifting in the air, but the pattern sounded strange enough to make Daryl notice.
It does kind of sound like somebody whispering, though.
I know, right?
So maybe that's what the locals were hearing.
Could be.
I mean, the woods are a scary place at night, for sure. And your mind plays tricks on you, makes you think you see.
The air felt heavier, and the silence became more disturbing than before. Then they heard footsteps that did not seem to belong to either of them.
Guess if I was going to hang out in the woods, this would be a good place to do it.
Yep.
Heard footsteps.
I did too. Felt like it's in there by that creek too.
Maybe the whispers were only natural sounds mixing together. Or maybe the silence made every noise feel too clear. But if both of them heard footsteps nearby, What do you think was moving with them in Whispering Woods? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.